Hello everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here today. On behalf of Creative Lab, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of you for the Creative Lab Franchise Virtual Launch event. My name is Julie Woon and I'm delighted to be your host for today and to guide you through on this journey to discover more about Creative Lab's franchising program. But first, an overview of Creative Lab. What is Creative Lab all about? It is an innovative retail home design solutions provider with a total of 40 branches nationwide. Established in 2018 by Nairo Ceramic Group, Creative Lab offers state-of-the-art award-winning Nairo granite tiles and fittings, which are all produced under exceptional Swiss quality standards. And you pair that together with their very own Orin, which is a premium sanitary ware brand with innovative technology by Nairo Granite. It truly gives you the best of style and functionality. Now that is not all, because Creative Lab also offers free 3D renderings for the intended retiling area, with the entire process done in real time with the help of our friendly and experienced in-house designers, of course. And so to kickstart today's event, allow me to introduce our first esteemed speaker for today. He began his career in Nairo Ceramic Group since 2005. He's an industry veteran with more than 15 years of of experience, and he oversees a wide spectrum of Nairo Ceramic Group's operations ranging from manufacturing, sales, logistics in Malaysia, as well as overseeing operations abroad in Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines and Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the Managing Director of Nairo Ceramic Group, Mr. Ian Kok.
Good afternoon everyone and welcome. Today is an exciting day and a significant milestone for the Nairo Ceramic Group. Today is the culmination of an idea by my predecessor and the collective effort of senior members of the management team. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to launch a franchise of our Creative Lab stores after many months of research, planning and collaboration. It is the first such franchise for high-quality tile and bathroom products from the Nairo Ceramic Group, and in fact the first of its kind in the Malaysian retail franchise industry. The Nairo Ceramic Group has been manufacturing, marketing and selling high-quality porcelain tiles and sanitary ware under the prominent names of Nairo Granite, Zirconio, Portino, Muzida and Orin to both the domestic and international markets. Our brands are extensively used in iconic residential and commercial projects, and it is the tile brand of choice for discerning residential homeowners. Our products have for many years added beauty and pride to many buildings and homes in Malaysia and abroad. Now, with the launch of our Creative Lab franchise, the group embarks on a significant retail strategy directly serving homeowners with a professional and efficient solution. The group had anticipated that this segment of the market in particular is under and insufficiently served. Through Creative Lab, we have a role and a solution in assisting homeowners in beautifying their living spaces with minimum fuss and effort, whilst they realize their design ideas and their design dreams. With 40 Creative Lab stores today, we have the largest store footprint of its kind in Malaysia. And through the participation of our new partner franchisees from today's launch, our ambition of significantly growing the number of new Creative Lab stores over the next 3 years is fast becoming a possibility. As part of our corporate plans, the Nairo Ceramic Group aspires to be a public company in the not too distant future with the aim of growing our presence as a notable and a branded ceramic tile player in the ASEAN region. Creative Lab will no doubt play a key role in this endeavor. In closing, I wish to express my appreciation to my colleagues, the board of directors, our vendors, and to KPDN-KK for the invaluable advice and assistance in making today's event possible and a reality for the Nairo Ceramic Group. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Ian, for the lovely overview of Nairo Ceramic Group and Creative Lab. It is now time for us to discover more about the franchising program of Creative Lab. Now, leading the charge for Creative Lab right now since 2019 is a man that brings with him a wealth of experience with different retail industries. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the Chief Retail Officer of Creative Lab. It's none other than Mr. Keith Loh.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Keith, Chief Retail Officer of Creative Lab, and it's my pleasure to welcome the trade and ministry representatives, media, business partners, and our distinguished guests to our virtual franchise launch today. Today, I'm going to bring you through what is Creative Lab and what is the whole franchise about. Like anything, we must begin at the start of the story. Personally, I have an underlying belief that any business, any story must begin with the why. Why does this concept work? Why does it make sense to our customers? Why? For that, let us start with this. Why do homeowners need us? Tiles and home renovation has always been a sort of traditional purchase story. You want tiles, you walk into a tile shop or a dealer, you see multiple brands, multiple choices. You see piece and piece of tile, but you can't imagine it over a space. Well, at least not many can. How can one piece of tile allow you to make a decision over a whole living room? At best, you can take a guess. An important decision that you will have to live with for a significant amount of time and it's a pretty hefty cost of home renovation. Can you really take a chance? Something to consider, as you really don't want to install and lay your tiles and then in a Malaysian sense go, "Ayah." Now, seeing this opportunity, the Nairo Ceramic Group decided to create Creative Lab. There was an obvious gap between what a customer wants and what was out there in terms of offering and what they needed. A customer wants to make a house a home. What they need is advice and the comfortability that they have considered everything and gotten the best choice and advice for something they have to live with but love for a while as well. Why does Creative Lab make sense as a retail business? We are disrupting a traditional business direct from manufacturer to the homeowner. Add professional service, advice, add free interior design, add convenience with outlets near you, and add a truly comfortable, easy shopping experience. It is something we are addressing directly with homeowners for their needs. We are today launching our franchise program. Again, why? We believe there is a breed of entrepreneurs that would like to run a business that is focused on home renovations and furnishings. Something that is really different in terms of retail franchises, systemized, SOP-driven, and an ease of operations. So today, we made an affordable franchise that starts at a franchise fee of 40,000 for 5 years. And for our regular setup of a Creative Lab franchise outlet, it is an estimated 210,000 ringgit for the whole outlet, complete and no further setup upfront costs. In total, we are looking at a range of 250,000 per franchisee, and they will have to run over a course of 5 years before renewing terms with us. On a monthly basis, like every franchise in the world, calculated on gross sales, there is a royalty fee of 5% for the rights to use the Creative Lab systems and brands. 2% allocated to marketing fund and will be used to promote the outlet and products. 1.5% for all software and system licenses. In total, 8.5% for the overall monthly recurring fees for operating a Creative Lab outlet. But not to worry, all these numbers, this information will be made available on our website at www.creativelab.com and also will be emailed to you directly. On top of that, for a limited time, we will be offering our first batch of franchisees an early bird offer that will be discounted on the franchise fees and a waiver of a monthly recurring fee for a period. I'm very happy today and proud to announce that we have 4 franchise outlets confirmed and we are close to sealing another 4 more in the next few weeks. We are well on our way to reach our 12 franchise outlets by the year end. To the confidence in getting a Creative Lab franchise, our strength in numbers of our own corporate outlets as of today stands at 41 and shows the group's commitment to putting our money where our mouth is, creating a sustainable ecosystem and engaging directly with homeowners. These corporate outlets are run exactly the same as other franchises without any advantage or disadvantage in our franchise system. In keeping with the times of the digital revolution that we live in, we've enabled online consultations, free on-site visits, online shopping channels, and of course, the convenience of visiting our network of physical stores. So right, enough of the numbers and explanation. I will later show you around the outlet and the journey of the customer and why we have created the concept of Creative Lab for a better understanding of the experiential retail shopping we've done. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, this is the new way of business and the times we live in. The disruptive model that brings home ideas into reality is something we believe is the new way of retail home renovation and the way it should be, experiential and convenience. So really, ask the question, why not? Why not be a franchisee of Creative Lab? It makes sense. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Keith, for that insights into Creative Lab's franchising program. It's enlightening to know how Creative Lab truly can help and benefit homeowners in Malaysia, while at the same time also empower entrepreneurs in the country. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to one of the highlights of today's program, the official launch of Creative Lab franchise program. We'd like to invite Ian and Keith to please do the honors of officiating the launch of this momentous occasion. Gentlemen, on the count of 3, please place your finger on the launch screen. Initiate the launch in 3, 2, and 1.
Creative Lab, the retail division of Nairo Ceramic Group, was created as an experiential retail environment to ease homeowners' shopping experience. We believe this is the future of home renovation. Welcome to the Creative Lab franchise concept. With currently 40 over outlets across the nation, 6 regionally and expanding, Creative Lab staffed with professional interior designers and a streamlined customer experience that showcases designs, products, and after-sales experience in a relaxed and comfortable ambience. This creates a unique experience within a traditional industry that combines convenience and customer service excellence. Using proprietary cutting-edge 3D design software across all our outlets, we work with customers to literally bring their ideas to life, from just a basic layout to a full photorealistic 3D visuals that will help our customers visualize their future home, with absolutely free interior design consultation. A lot of retail operations' biggest headache is stock management. With Creative Lab, no outlet carries stock. We manage it for franchisees. Our products are delivered straight from our warehouses to customers' home at their convenience. A direct model that eases franchisees' operations by managing only the sales and customer service portion of the business. We strongly believe in branding and marketing. Working with celebrities, brand partners, and emphasizing local store marketing, we have a centralized team that creates engaging and result-driven marketing and branding exposure for the business. Training and operations support is the key to building a sustainable retail operation. As our franchisee, you will receive extensive off-site and on-site training as you grow your business with us, as well as other supporting functions such as finance, human resource, and a franchise management team personalized to you. Let us tell you the future. Our core products are tiles and sanitary ware. In the very near future, we'll be expanding to curtains, furniture, alternative flooring material, kitchen, wardrobes, and much more. Creative Lab will be the hub and experiential retailer for home renovations and interior design. We invite you to be part of the next evolution in home renovation. The future is now, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Creative Lab network. Creative Lab, bring home your ideas.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, making its debut in Malaysia. The Creative Lab franchise program is now officially launched in a bid to widen its reach to discerning homeowners in Malaysia. And here to show you around and highlight some of the key features inside a Creative Lab outlet is none other than Keith Loh, who will be bringing you on a guided tour of the Creative Lab PJ Jalan Utara branch. Over to you, Keith.
Hi guys, welcome back. It's my pleasure today to take you around the Creative Lab PJ Utara outlet. As a customer, when you first walk into a Creative Lab, this is the first thing you will see in our outlet. This is what we call a top pick wall, arranged from color tones from dark to light. Right now, it's the core of our products and from different sizes where you can choose from. But let me bring you so you can see how a customer can easily make a choice in terms of what selection they want, what color scheme they want, and what would fit their home. And not only that, other than tiles, we also have our mosaic area. For example, stuff like this that you can see that will enhance your home. And right over here, if you follow me, will be our sanitary ware section under our home brand Orin. This is arranged from different sizes, different shapes that will suit your home. So it's all pleasantly laid out for you. Okay, so basins, fittings, stand basins. You've got WC's water closets that you can choose from, again from a range that we have, and yeah. That is our sanitary ware section. Over to the mix and match section, you will be able to see our entire sample zone where we put our entire sample racks, where you can pick and choose any sort of a tile, and basically come over to this table where you can put it side by side and make a decision. So today we have Belle, who will be assisting.
Here's some coffee for you.
So yes, coffee as well, if you like that. Belle, could you? I want something a bit matte, non-slip.
Sure.
Do you have any selection for that?
Sure, I would recommend you to try our new series, which is right now in the shade of dark cream.
I see.
Yeah.
So for example, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you could pair up with. Make a decision, decide on color tones, decide on surfaces, and at the end of the day, you can actually bring back a sample, let's be honest, bring back a sample to the real decision makers, the wives or the girlfriends, and that is what you could bring home and get a confirmation. Right, this is the mix and match section, but the real core thing about Creative Lab is actually our design section, where I'll bring you over to our design part. Today we have Mizan also assisting us to show off the 3D design software that we have proprietary to Creative Lab. A customer walks in to a Creative Lab bringing a floor layout, whether it's hand-drawn or whether it's a detailed layout that they have from their floor plan. And this is where the design process starts. So once we go into that design process, we work out what samples you have chosen, and then they put it into a 3D format. Mizan, would you mind?
Okay, so from that layout, this is the 3D that we have come up with.
Okay, so for example, Mizan, these are all the tiles that are a bit more marble, a bit more light. If we were to go something a bit darker for the floor, like what Belle showed us earlier,
Yeah.
how would you switch it out?
So let's say we try with this one,
Yeah.
and then we use this for the wall. This is what it's going to look like.
So this is a matte finish that,
Yes.
what it would look like. Okay.
Yes.
So if I wanted to see all angles, what would you?
So we can do this for you.
Right. So customers will be able to see a 3D rotation of their entire bathroom or living room or kitchen, and actually get a feel and a visualization of what their future home will look like, better than just looking at one piece of tile. So this is just a simple 3D design, and it's absolutely free. But after this, we will be moving into producing a photorealistic 3D where you can actually see lighting effects, whether nighttime or daytime. So Mizan, if you don't mind, can you show us
Yeah.
that?
So this would be the final result.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see there is very good ambience in terms of the lighting effect, whether it's night or day, whether it's sunlight, whether there's your lighting from ceilings or walls, and that is what the Creative Lab team can do for you. Okay, so that is the 3D design interior part. And pretty much that is pretty much the end of the tour. But I implore all of you that if you want to get the full 3D experience, come over to Creative Lab, experience what a homeowner would want to go through, and get a free design, and hopefully buy some really nice tiles. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Keith, for that lovely tour. We're going to get you for a little Q&A session a little later on. But first, to discover more about Creative Lab, let us speak to a couple of the partners of Creative Lab, one of whom I'm sure all of you would already know by now because she is a well-known figure in the Malaysian entertainment industry. She's possibly the most successful and prominent supermodel to ever hail from Malaysia. You may have seen her on billboards, on magazine covers, or in TV shows, or on catwalks as well. And she has so many awards in her long and illustrious career. She's also an entrepreneur as she started her own company, Amber Creations, as well as Amber Chia Academy. I'm sure you know who I'm talking by now. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome one of the partners of Creative Lab, Amber Chia.
Hi everyone. Hi Julie.
Hi.
You're virtually on virtual.
That's right. This is a virtual hug for you. It's so good to see you, Amber. I hope you're staying safe. Oh, is that your home? Are you at home?
At home, yeah. Now most of the time I stay at home.
Okay.
As you know, yeah. So nice to be part of this. First of all, I would like to congratulate Creative Lab Jalan Utara, new opening, and also the launch of Creative Lab franchise.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us as well, although virtually, and to also give us a snippet of your beautiful home, which I'm sure all of us are excited to see. Okay, so we want to know a little bit about your partnership with Creative Lab. I know your home is very beautiful, but it was made even more beautiful with Creative Lab. So tell us the story behind this partnership.
Okay, first of all, I'm a happy customer and regular customer of Creative Lab. And the reason why I get to know Creative Lab is that I've been living in this home, which is a home that's stayed for like 10 years. It's very changed. I think my family and house is growing.
Okay.
And then start from there, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to change my house. And I'm glad to see that Creative Lab. So I think the 3D ads is pretty amazing because the virtual, the one you do for you, the illusions is not only the color, the textures, the lighting, and the best part is, a lot of 3D doesn't look alike. This is like 99%. It's exactly like you see what you get. So amazing. Congratulations.
Wow. Fantastic, and thank you for that really detailed experience and insights, into a Creative Lab. Now, I'm just curious to know which part of your home was redesigned by Creative Lab, and perhaps can you show us around?
Okay. Almost my whole entire home. Okay, I start from my living hall, and after that, I really think that house is so important because after I changed my living hall house, my home looked brand new again, and lots of people like, the house is so beautiful. Actually, the only thing I can do is my house. So house play a big part in the home because you can see the house interesting. When you look at it, you can view the floor as well because you look at the house. And after that, I thought house is so important. I do my outdoor, which is my terrace outdoor terrace area, my kitchens, and the last part I recently just done, it's my bathroom. It's just at the back here. Would you want me to bring you to
Yes,
the tour?
show us where you spend a lot of time. I'm sure for a lot of people it's the bathroom. I want to see it.
Okay, but I won't be able to bring you guys to the outdoor terrace area and also the living hall and the kitchen due to my computer, my Wi-Fi at home is not so advanced like Creative Lab.
I understand because you got a very big home, so by the time you walk there already, the show is over. So I understand, just the toilet is enough.
No, because the Wi-Fi not allow me to walk down. Okay, basically this is my toilet.
Ooh.
You guys can take a look. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
It is. So that is the tile. That is the tile that was redesigned by Creative Lab.
The towel is from the floor all the way to the bathtub and all the way
Wow.
to this. You know what? The reason why I want to redesign and everything you see here is from Creative Lab. Everything, every single thing. So the reason why it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Tell me it's beautiful, right?
It is beautiful. Just like you.
No, you know what? The reason why I wanted to re-renovate my tiles in the toilet is because every time when I stay in the hotel, and I'm really amazed by the hotel design, the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, I hope one day I can own this toilet. That's why I spoke to when I go back to Creative Lab, I see the tiles, the choices I want, and. That house, once you start doing it, once it's complete, you can't change anything anymore. So it's really important you have a 3D version first before you make that decisions. If not, you will regret for your whole life. So I'm glad that they did the 3D for me. It's really beautiful. And you know what? Every time, my personality is like, it's very hard for me to choose like which one I want. And every time I will choose few, and then I wanted to see in visions, and only I will make that decision. So I think Creative Lab is amazing because they provide that, and also, so the last part I do, it's my bathroom, and start from 2018, this time when I do my living hall, until now I'm been 5 years with Creative Lab.
5 years, wow. Was it a smooth journey? How long did it take? And what had all surprised you about the whole process? I know you love the whole 3D rendering, so that we can envision. And I absolutely agree with you as well, because a lot of us, we're very fickle-minded, right? Like, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good, and then we change our mind. So how was the entire journey and process like for you?
It's very quick for the 3D design. You just need half an hour. You just need to take a photo of your home, and then the place you want to change your tiles, and they will put it in the tiles you want, and also they will let you see the result.
Yeah.
And it took about half an hour, and after ding
dong dong,
change how many design also can. You don't need to pay for your ID. You don't need to pay for the 3D design. They can just
It's free.
do
That's right.
everything for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free. It's the best part. It's free. Malaysian love free. Okay, now. Okay, and then after that, you complete the design, everything, and you can make your final decisions, and they let you know the price, everything. The whole thing I took for my living hall and the outdoor terrace area. It's about 3 weeks, almost a month. But my bathroom is very quick because it's smaller. It's only 1 week. I complete everything. So here I would like to say thank you for Creative Lab for making my home look beautiful. And for me, the before and after the tiles, I changing the tiles of my bathroom and my living hall. The before and after is really very different.
Yeah.
So tiles playing a big part at home, and also Creative Lab, I think the best part is the 3D, the graphic thing, I think is amazing. You guys are amazing. Well done.
And that's free as well, right?
Yes,
the
best part is
that's the best part.
you hire the ID. You need to pay the ID every time. You need to redraw the design, and you won't be able to see the lighting, the textures, all this. But with Creative Lab, the apps, you can do as many times as you want, and also you can change. You can view the textures. And I would say that if you guys are watching this live, if you have a chance, you want to re-renovate your house, any place of your tile, you can just go to any outlets of Creative Lab to view the textures. The tile just now you see at the background when they do the speech, you can view every single tile textures. Sometimes the textures will make the home look very different as well.
That's
the gross one, the matte one, the textures. You can feel it because every day you have to step on your tiles, so you have to feel it yourself.
That is true though. I mean, just by changing the tiles, it does feel like you're moving into a new home as well. And it's great with the entire service provided. It really can bring home your ideas, And so I'm glad you had such an amazing experience. It sounds like, you really had an enjoyable time with Creative Lab. And thank you so much for sharing with us your real life insights into this partnership with Creative Lab. I hope to see you in person real soon, Amber. We wish you all the very best. Stay safe.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Creative Lab. Thank you, Keith, and also Ian. Thanks for making my home look beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
激发你的灵感，实现你的家研梦想改造。无论你待在家里还是前往展厅，设计师都可以为你提供免费的即时 3D 设计。请浏览 creativlab.com 以获取更多详情。马上行动，把你的创意带回家。
Thank you very much, Amber, for sharing with us your real-life experience with Creative Lab and for, giving us an insight, a snippet into your very, very lovely home, just as beautiful as you are. Now, moving on, we have yet another partner with us here today. He has joined me right here at Creative Lab PJ Jalan Utara, and he's here to share with us his partnership with Creative Lab as well. I'm sure all of you would probably know him by now. He's also a well-known figure in the Malaysian entrepreneur and business industry. He is the mastermind behind Loop Holdings and the founder of the well-loved T Life brand. He's here to share with us the journey of this partnership between T Life as well as Creative Lab.
Hi,
Brian
Jane.
Liu, how are you?
Good. Thanks for invitation. Yeah, I'm very humbled to be here today.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, it's so nice to see you in person for the very first time. I see you in magazines and newspapers all the time, winning all sorts of awards, and it's nice to see you here. Very humble and down to earth. And perhaps you can share with us a little bit about this partnership that you have between T Life and Creative
Lab, right? So I think it's the weirdest thing when you put tea and towels together, right? And but actually, both brands shared a similar quality of brand values, which is looking out of the box. Yeah. So everything we do, we try to see doing things that's in a very different lens and different way. So I think I got met up with Keith before that, and we're just sharing about our pain in our industry and especially to our brand, that we have to deal with a lot of designer and a lot of contractors, right? Yeah. And hence resulting a lot of outlet with different designs, and also maybe in all sort of different materials. Mm-hmm. So I'm just sharing that to Keith and he came up with a brilliant idea on how do we, what about we could pass on that expertise to them, to work with Creative Lab to be our aesthetic and enhancement partners or retail consultant partners, to consult us how do we synergize some of our key elements, for instance like our tiles, into standardization, so that we could pursue to our journey to become the largest lifestyle premium chain in Malaysia and beyond. So that's how the entire conversation started from there. Since then, today we launched about close to 50 outlets that's working together with Creative Lab, and Creative Lab being our consultant and our aesthetic enhancement partner, right? They has been doing a great job in laying out the right house basically for our business. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how important is that? I mean, earlier on we heard about Amber, how it beautifies the home, but as a business front, I'm sure it must be important in terms of consistency in your brand image as well. So how much of it was your idea and how much was contributed by Creative Lab? Did they have a say in terms of the transformation of T Life?
So I think we wanted to continue to build upon our brand equity, to become the largest premium lifestyle tea chain in the country. Mm-hmm. In the expense of, we're expanding about 100 to 150 outlets per year. So I think the number one issue in our mind is always about standardizations, right? How do we build a nice looking store, but that cut across the entire system and still looking great? And I think I brought it up with Keith, and Keith was very passionate in sharing their expertise and think that, we can actually pass on the expertise to them, for them to consult us on what kind of tile should we use across our outlets, so that we can maintain the right corporate identity for our people, and also for our franchisee as well as for our own stores. So that came out to be the earlier conversation, but when we discovered along the way, we realized that there are a lot more to be done, which means not just tiles, it's all the way to the wall tiles. Because in outlet like us, we have to deal with a lot of stain, because they deal with a lot of ingredients, ingredient and syrup, sauce, and all this. Stain has been the main issue in our, especially to our business. How do we deploy the right wall tiles so that we can clean off the stain easily? So those are part of the operational challenge that we have to deal with. So I think along the way we thought that we want to continue to build a right brand image for our consumer, and also to make sure that we give the right ingredient and material to our staff to well maintain the store. along the way.
And you mentioned 50 over outlets already have been redesigned with Creative Lab.
Yeah.
What are your plans moving forward with this partnership?
So I think the Creative Lab really came at the right time because we are in the pursuit to build our 3.0 stores. So 3.0 store basically focusing our expansion throughout short lot format in suburban and rural area. So I think we thanks to Creative Lab that because they support our aggressive expansion for the last 1 year. And I think our goal is we wanted to set that benchmark of standardizations, and we thought that Creative Lab is the right partner to work with in pursuit to that journey as well. Yeah.
That's right, and I understand under Loop Holdings you've got other brands as well, and you're looking to explore the other brands together with Creative Lab?
Yeah, so I think we just signed a contract together with Creative Labs for upcoming 100 store expansion. And not just that, we have other portfolio. We've got 14 portfolio under the group. And one of it, our casual dining, which is called Define Food, is also using a Creative Lab as our retail consultant to consult us when we wanted to re-upgrade and refurbish our stores.
Okay, fantastic. So last question, because personally, Brian said, okay, keep it short, only 4 questions. I know you're a very busy man, so thank you so much for imparting some valuable insights. Last question, how was the entire journey of this partnership with Creative Lab for you? And you can be honest, absolutely brutally honest.
I think I think again, both shared a very similar brand value and excitement about innovation. And I think the last thing people would thought that, how tea came along with tiles, right? Because I think when we pursue to build a really real international brand images is always on the top of the mind. And we feel that, Creative Lab has been a great strategic partner for us, taking on some of our expertise away, which is some of our hassle, which is to deal with tiles, deal with the right material tiles, so that our guys can be easier in terms of manning the stores, and so that we can give that consistency of brand images and brand values to our consumer. So I think so far the experience has been great. We are half of our contract journey. We're definitely excited to pursue further with Creative Lab, supporting our expansion plan along the way.
All right, fantastic. And thank you so much. All the best in your business endeavors. And we look forward to seeing you at one of your stores, 14 profiles, different portfolios underneath Loop Holding and expanding rapidly. And so thank you very much, Brian.
Thank you.
And there you have it. We've spoken to 2 distinguished partners of Creative Lab, Amber Chia and Brian Lu. We truly hope that you're inspired by their stories. And here back with me, we have Ian as well as Keith to answer a few questions that are probably on our minds right now. Perhaps we'll start with you, Ian. I mean, this is a fantastic idea. I must say congratulations, for the official launch of Creative Lab's franchise program, which I'm sure is off to a great start as well. Perhaps you can share with us the driving force of Nairo Ceramic Group coming out with Creative Lab. How did that happen?
Okay, actually, we've always been thinking about, a good retail strategy, for the Nairo Ceramic Group. And initially we were toying with, some of our earlier stores, right? But somehow or other we felt that we didn't really have that building block to really expand in a large way, right? So it was a few years ago when we discovered that there was this new software, right? This new design software, which was very powerful, very easy to use, And more importantly, it allows you this visualization, right? You know, where it is easy to actually translate someone's idea for a bedroom or for a bathroom or living room, right? Right then through that software. And that was when we realized that maybe this is the thing for us, right? Then it also became very clear, right, that with this software, right, and we could, you know, download all the images of our tiles. The necessity of having a large showroom became less prominent.
Yeah.
And that was also another strong point, right, for us to then tell ourselves that, look, you know, with this software, we could have a smaller footprint, and we could actually deliver the service in a much faster way through the software, rather than having, you know, a big showroom where you take people and walk
That's
them
right.
around, and by the time you get back to your starting point, you would have forgotten what you had chosen.
That's right.
I would say that was probably the turning point for us. And
I see.
as I mentioned, right, this was something that my predecessor was looking at, and that was when we discussed, right, and we felt that, okay, now is the right time to go with Creative Lab and to pursue our retail strategy.
And you mentioned in your speech that you plan to expand across the ASEAN region as well, Nairo Ceramic Group as well as Creative Lab. You know, how is that coming along, and what are the countries that you're looking at?
Okay, right now, as far as Creative Lab is concerned, we are obviously already in Malaysia.
Yeah.
We've got 2 stores in Indonesia, right? Still very, very small. We've got 2 stores in Vietnam, right? We have yet to start in the Philippines. But in all these countries, we already have an office, a trading office, a trading company there already. So these countries will be the natural starting point for us, right? And frankly, either of the countries has got so much potential for us because the base that we're starting from is very, very low. And again, right, I think people in those countries will also appreciate a new way of doing retailing, buying tiles, right? So it is for us now to look at the timing, right? But frankly, you know, any of these countries outside of Malaysia, right, will fit in very well with our plans of expansion.
That's right. And let's head on to Keith now. Keith, I know you're very passionate about the Creative Lab. You've been, you know, taking charge of the Creative Lab business since 2019. Perhaps you could share with us a little bit more about, you know, how this idea just came about and how it is right for the market right now. I know you've already storied us in your presentation earlier on. Brian also mentioned a little bit about how the idea came about. But what do you think is the problem that Creative Lab is solving, that people should know that this is the answer, this is the solution to the problem that people have been waiting for all this while?
I mean, I think I mentioned in the speech, but I think the real answer that to the question that we are solving is just making people's purchasing and journey for tiles or home renovation a lot easier. You don't want to travel. You know, your house is in Klang, but you want to go and travel all the way down to Kepong. It doesn't make sense. Then when you walk into the store, you want the ease and convenience of a selected range. Colored like the wall behind us, from dark to light. You just want that sort of ease of making a choice.
That's right.
And now with this, you can actually visualize what your home would look like.
That's right.
You're not taking a stab in the dark, trying to figure out what it might potentially look like. But you get a good visualization of it. So I think that is the real key point we're trying to solve. Make things easier for people to, and more comfortable for them in key decisions.
All right, fantastic. We do have a few questions from our viewers. One of it to you, Keith. Where are the 4 franchise outlets currently? You did mention that you already have secured 4.
Yes, correct. We have secured 4. They are not launched yet. They're not open yet. We've signed that up. We're mostly expanding towards the south.
Okay.
Okay. Towards JB, Malacca, more to the south. Later on, we'll be expanding to the north. But yes, these 4 will be within the next. Actually, the first one should be opening by May, and that will be in JB.
Okay, well, fantastic. We have a question for Ian.
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier on that Nairo Ceramic may go public in the near future. When do you foresee that happening, and is there a specific time range that you're looking at?
Yeah, actually, you know, our initial plan was in 2021.
It's still 2021.
Yeah, but unfortunately 2020, right, you know, kind of set back,
Yeah.
you know, for not only ourselves but for many companies, right? So we decided to look at 2022
Okay.
at this moment. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. And besides Creative Lab, is there anything else that Nairo Ceramic Group is focusing on in the near future?
Okay, right now, I would say that we have come to this priority, right? You know, that we will be basically focusing back in Asia. So we'll be looking deeper into our businesses, right? You know, in the existing countries that we are already in. There is no particular merger or acquisition that we have in mind. We will look at growing our business, right, in Malaysia, Indonesia. We have got quite a significant presence there. Vietnam, Philippines is very, very interesting for us, and also China. So we are already in these countries, and we really think there's sufficient scope and breadth in these markets for us to really be focused and try to grow from there.
That's right. Okay, now coming back to you, Keith, besides sanitary ware as well as tiles, is there anything else, any other products or services that Creative Lab is looking at?
Well, the same customer that comes to a Creative Lab, obviously they're buying tiles or sanitary ware. We understood that mentality, that sort of a customer would also like to look at other renovation categories that they are considering for their home.
Yeah.
So we are in the midst of, and hopefully very soon, working together with other brands who are in those categories like curtains, kitchen and kitchen wardrobe, alternative flooring, furnishings like furniture. So those are on the pipeline, and I hope to make those announcements soon.
So that means you're looking at a one-stop center
Yes,
for home
yes, correct.
renovation and.
That is the idea. So although our core will always be with tiles and sanitary ware, we are looking at similar brands of our stature, working together to make sure that when a customer walks into a Creative Lab, they are not only comfortable with the selections, but also at the same time alternatives of convenience where instead of running around town looking for curtains and kitchen and wardrobe, you can come to one place, a hub, so to speak, and experience all those home renovation categories.
Fantastic. Okay, we've got a couple of questions for you, Keith. Will Creative Lab enable the whole services provided from choosing the tiles and 3D design interior to be made virtually for those who have travel restrictions?
Yeah, sure. I mean, right now we've launched a online consultation. So look, if you can't come to us, we will virtually log on with you. You can sit down with a designer, just give them the usual thing, except it's all done virtually. Submit the layout plan. They will start creating the 3D model. They'll put in the tiles and basically online with you, converse and say, oh, I don't like this, I like that, this should be like this, and then basically come up with a final 3D design. So that's available now across all our sales designers and outlets across the country.
And I think right now is the perfect timing, with the travel restrictions and the past 1 year really has made a lot of companies pivot and look into technology, and I think this is really a great solution and a right timing as well. Now we've got one final question for Keith. If a customer is unsure of what would be the ideal aesthetic choices for their home, would Creative Lab be providing an advisor or designer?
Yeah, I mean, it's they just have to come in. Across of all our outlets, there are at least 2-3 designers who are allocated to that outlet and that location nearest to you. Yeah, just come in, seek advice from them. Sometimes with visualization, you can realize that with lighting effects, sometimes you really don't want that polished tile on your walls because it reflect light and blind you constantly throughout the day. But speak to any of the designers. They're all professionally trained interior designers,
Yeah.
qualified, and will give you the best advice.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Keith, and thank you, Ian, as
Thank
well,
you,
for
Julie.
sharing with us great insights of this amazing franchise opportunity by Creative Lab. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, just like all good things must come to an end, we have indeed come to the end of our launch event here today. Thank you on behalf of Creative Lab. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for witnessing this momentous occasion with us. For those of you who are interested to embark in a strategic partnership with Creative Lab, please do not hesitate to be in touch with one of the Creative Lab personnel, and we'll be more than happy to assist you in any way possible. And for those who have any prior engagement, if you would like to speak to any one of our spokesperson, to any of our media friends, just get in touch with our PR personnel and we will assist from there. And with that, we wish you a great day ahead. Stay safe and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Thanks.